Planning a visit to Ungasan and Melasti? We found a stunning stay called The Heights that's literally steps away from the action. We're giving you a full tour of the property and then taking you along to Sunday's Beach Club to see if it's still worth the hype in 2026. If you're like me, love being near the action but hate the noise, this is it. The Heights is tucked just far enough away from the main road to feel like a secret, but you're literally minutes from the ocean. Let's go inside and see the room. Hi, we're currently in the Heights Melasti. This is a villa, 2-bedroom villa, and as you can see, when you came through the door, you get this pool view. The pool is actually quite deep. The greenery right over there, and this is the living room. As you can see, there's a sofa, little table here, 6 chairs. If you come in with a family, another chair which is near the cooking area. This is the stove. They have everything, by the way. A big black fridge, and as you can see, if the fridge is not white, it's a luxury place. The cupboard, the sink, coffee maker, and everything that you need. By here, there is a cutlery as well as pen and everything like that. And so we come to the bedroom area. To the left, there's 2 bathrooms. I really love the door because it's like a really tall door. And this is the first bathroom, a lavatory, which there's a toilet and a sink. And as you can see, this is an open area. There's no wall in there. But that's the reason why there's so many mosquitoes here. This is the second bathroom. Again, the same concept. This is also an open concept, but there is a shower room in here. I'll show you what it looks like. But again, with the sink, with the Japanese toilet that is warm when you sit on it, and you can set up the temperature. And so that's the second toilet, and this is the little bedroom where I was sleeping. Again, you can see the greenery outside. It's pretty close with the villa next door, but you can't really hear anything when you sleep, and it's really quiet here. And so to the right, this is a storage room. I don't think we need to open that. And this is the main bedroom where it actually overlooking the pool. Can you imagine where you just wake up and then see the pool? Mind you, all of this door can be open. So if you don't really mind the mosquito, the mosey, you can sleep with it open, wake up and just plunge in the pool. There's a big TV right over here. This bed is king bed, I'm sure. There is a table here. Wardrobe is on here, again with so much storage, and there is the main shower room. Over here in this corner is where the bathtub is. I soaked here last night and it was really comfortable. And this is the big shower with the Japanese toilet, shower. This is the 2 big sink in this side. Complete amenities like towel and all that. But because this is a villa, they don't really have amenities such as toothbrush. But that's that. It's an amazing place to stay. The vibe here is modern tropical. It's clean, it's quiet, and the attention to detail is stunning. It's the perfect balance of luxury and feeling grounded in nature. This is exactly where you want to recharge after a long flight or a busy day exploring.
We just woke up. It's a beautiful day. We're going to Sunday Beach Club today, so I'm so excited.
Welcome to Sundays. There's a reason this place is legendary. The water here is some of the clearest in Bali. Whether you want to grab a kayak, go snorkeling, or just lounge with a cocktail, the energy here is unmatched. Pro tip, get here as early as you can if you want to grab a front row beanbag.
Here we are on the beach at Sunday's Beach Club. So we're right underneath the Ungasan Clifftop Resort, which is a really beautiful hotel. And this is the beach. So we're in the south of Bali and it's very relaxing to walk along. Above me we have all the tables and chairs and areas you can book at the beach club. You can have a cabana, you can have a sunbed, and then you can also have bean bags to sit on if you want to. So you have lots of flexibility here. Now there are lots of beach clubs down this area. There's a lot. What's great about this is this one is part of the resort, but this is also costing money to come to. So it's like, I think 500,000 rupiah to come down. Out of that, you get most of it back. You can use it as a credit for food and drink. If you want one of the actual lounges, then it costs a lot more. I'm sitting on a Sand King, and that is 4 million rupiah, which is about 175 pounds or 200 US dollars. But again, you get the money back, you can buy food with it. But if you come down here and you just want to sit on one of the bean bags, then it's just a 500,000. It's very, very easy, assuming it's not too busy, which it isn't right now, to get yourself somewhere to sit, as you can see behind me, or you can enjoy the view of the ocean and of course get food and drink served to you. And then up here behind me are the big luxurious cabanas. These are the most expensive areas where you can sit here at the resort. Sorry, not the resort, it is a resort, hotel resort, but at the beach club, which is right behind me here, which are very, very, very nice and look good. So that's those are the more cabanas up there, so you get a really nice view. So this is a very relaxing beach club. It's very chill, and it's one of many beach clubs along the beach here in Bali. Now let's look at the water behind me, because what you might see is low tide now, so the tide is going out. So there is a reef out there, which is where the waves are breaking, and that means that when it is a low tide, there's a nice shallow area where you can go and wade and enjoy. One end of the beach is more rocky than the other. And look, it isn't a perfect beach, it's not the Maldives. In my mind, I want to compare this to the W Maldives, which I love the beach to perfection. This isn't W Maldives. Bring water shoes, because there's definitely seaweed and coral in the water, but it's a very chill, relaxed area. Let's go check out the bed now where I'm sitting and see what that's like. So we're sitting on a sand deck king. I guess it's called that because there's lots of sand up here. We're on a deck and it's a king, so there's a lot of space here. It's the size of a king bed. So you basically got two lounges, two sunbeds next to each other, which I'll show you in a second. And like I said, to have this particular area, it costs 4 million rupiah, so about $200. But you can use most of that to get food, so you're not just spending the money on entry, you also have the benefit of knowing that you can eat and drink. And the food and drink is fairly reasonably priced. It's more expensive, obviously, than local places. This is part of a hotel, and the resort is there to make money, and so is a beach club and tourists. So things are more expensive, and you have to add tax as well. The prices do not include tax, which is a bit cheeky, because you still have to pay tax, not only have a choice in the matter, so it's a bit cheeky. But anyway, the food prices are not outrageous, they're okay. And seeing as you're paying anyway a lot of money to sit in this seat, or even to go down to the beach anyway and just sit on one of the bean bags. There's no free entry. You can still use that for food and drink, so you're not just giving the money to get in and not getting anything back, which is one really good benefit that you do have here. The entry goes towards something that you can actually use, i.e. food and drink, rather than being here just to sit on the beach in the sun. Now, if you don't have a lounge, you haven't paid for that, but you still want to eat and drink, and you don't want to sit on the bean bags and eat and drink down here, then you can go up there, and there is a bar area up there where you can go and sit, and there's quite a large area, and it is also undercover, so if it starts raining, you have the protection from the water, from the rain up there, and also from the sun. And you can see it's quite a substantial structure. You can see how it's got this interesting design with the rocks supporting the plinths it sits on. Now, there's no swimming pool here. There are other beach clubs down the coast, very, very close, right next to us, such as Calma Beach Club, which do have a pool. So if you want a pool, you don't get that here. Now, you can also get kayaks and paddle boards here on the beach if you want to. And when the tide is out like this, it's a very nice, calm area where you can enjoy paddling and kayaking like the people out there are doing right now. You can see them. Those two over there seem to be in unison. Most people doing kayaking seem to paddle different directions from each other. So that's a good step forward from there. But yeah, very calm now. Great for families. It is absolutely worth checking the website for the beach club, because it does show when the tides come and go in and out, and so you can time your visit for that. There are showers here too, so if you go in the sea, you can have a shower as well. Now, up here at the top, when you come in, there are lots of bars where you can get drinks and food and take selfies.
There he is. We're in the middle of the ocean. Yes. The waveland. And that's only for paddling far.
As the sun goes down, the vibes shift. The bonfire came out. Fire dance becomes the attraction, and you really feel that magic. It's the perfect way to end the day before heading back to the quiet of the villa.
Let's talk a bit about our stay here at this villa and about the Sundays Beach Club. So we're staying right now in Ungasan, which is part of the wider area in the south of Bali. And this villa is a new villa, it's part of a development. And it was about £100 a night. It might go up in price, it might go down in price, it depends on the season. There's also construction going on around here. They're building many, many more villas. So if you watch this video in 2 or 3 years and you come here, there's probably going to be 10, 15 villas all around us. Right now, there's one behind us, one by the side of us, and the rest is construction. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, this villa itself is a really nice modern villa, and it's very comfortable, and it's 2 bedrooms. So Novi wasn't feeling good, so she slept in a separate bedroom to me, which was really good because it gave us time for her to feel a bit better. Now she feels a bit better before we move on to our hotel where we're going next. It's a lovely, lovely area, and it's really, really relaxing here. What did you think of this place, Novi?
This place is amazing. It's very spacious. As you already know, there's 2 rooms here. I love how bright it is because I mentioned it to him, there's no wall. I mean, there is a wall, obviously, but almost all on the side is made of glass, just like what you can see behind. They can be open. They give such a bright look. It's modern, it's new, everything is clean, and so I love it. I also like the color. It's black. It's mainly black. As you can see from their kitchen, their countertop is black, their stove is black. I guess the owner of this villa likes it's black, and so it's different with the white, the bright. If you have watched the video, the Como Uma Canggu, they're all white, so it's absolutely the opposite. That's what I like about this place.
So just briefly, also what's really good is, despite the fact it feels like we're in the middle of nowhere, the fact is we can really easily get Grab delivered. So we've been ordering food, and literally within half an hour there's food delivered to us. And one of the great things I like about here in Bali is, unlike the UK where you have to pay a lot for delivery charges, you don't have that here. So you can get food really easily without having to spend lots of money, like double the price just on getting it delivered, which is really good.
Yes.
And then we are even, it's like 15 minutes to the main kind of street in this area, where they have stuff like Starbucks, where I've been, but there are other local restaurants and shops as well. And obviously, you can go into other areas of Bali from here. So it's a good middle area. And we're only 5 to 10 minutes from the beach, from the beautiful beaches at Ungasan. So if you walk, you can get to Melasti Beach by foot in it's about 10 minutes on Google Maps. Yeah. If you've got a bike, or you get a Grab, really easy to get Grab as well here, then it's like 5 to 10 minutes maximum, depending on what resort, what beach you go to. So it's a really good location. In terms of negatives, look, I'm very fussy. The things that I did not like about this was mainly the open bathrooms. The bathrooms are all open, the toilet's open. So when you turn the lights on at night, it attracts insects, it attracts mosquitoes. If you're not bothered about that, then you won't care. For me, I'd like to have at least one closed bathroom. But really, that's it. There are some tiny other little things here and there, but they're nothing that I want to draw any attention to. There's stuff which maybe they're swell themselves, maybe it won't bother you. So I'm not going to mention anything else. Overall, this is a really nice villa. It's in a really good location. It's a really good price, and definitely would consider coming back here 100%. So we really enjoyed it. The other thing too, obviously, we went to the Sundays Beach Club, which is under the Ungasan Clifftop Resort. And the beach club is really, really fun. Obviously, you've seen it already in the video. It's got a lovely beach. When the tide goes out, you can go kayaking, which you'll see the video of us kayaking in this video, so you would have seen that too. And the waves are really calm, and it's nice and blue, and you can see everything. It's beautiful down there. Beach clubs are expensive. They do cost more money. There are beaches where you can go to which are totally free, which cost nothing.
Yes.
So if you want to go to a beach club, it is expensive. I talked about the pricing already in the video, so that's all right, but just keep that in mind. Overall, this is a really interesting area.
Yes, it is.
And if you haven't been to Bali, come to Ungasan. It's a nice area. And we've enjoyed our time here, haven't we? Anything you want to finish with?
Nothing, actually. I really love our stay here. This 2 days has been amazing. I hope this also helps you plan your activity if you ever want to go to Bali. I hope this video has been helpful, and if you want to watch our video, there's going to be a box here, and here that you can click on. Thank you so much for watching.
And don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.